Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of
Wait a minute. Excuse me?
what? Keanu Reeves?
Yes, I am Keanu.
What? Why are you here?
I was asked here. They asked me here to,
Wait, who?
well, 13. He asked me here
What?
to,
13's friends with you?
well, no. No, God, no. I ran into him at the supermarket.
At the supermarket?
Yeah, he showed me where the spaghetti sauce was. I was in the organic aisle.
What does that have to do with you being here?
Well, he asked me if I would introduce the show this week, so I said I would do it.
Wait, what?
And he said this would work towards my community service.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I had a DUI.
Oh. I'm sorry? Sure.
Well, I drove. Will they validate my parking?
Sure. You can just you take
So,
over if you need to.
Okay.
If that's what you're here for. That's what you're here for.
That's exactly why I'm here.
All right then, take it away.
Well, I will then.
All right.
On today's episode of the Tubecast, it is episode 8, and your two most excellent hosts, Catwoman and 13, will be here, and they will be discussing the new Deadpool movie and the climate awareness. Climate awareness. No. They'll be discussing the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel, and am I going to be in the new Deadpool movie?
Maybe they can find you a little role. Yeah.
Well, did they validate my parking ticket?
Over here, Ken. Over here.
Well, anyway, this is most excellent episode 8, Masters of the Cast, and I may be in the new Deadpool movie.
I'm sure they can make a little scene for you.
Can I be CGI?
Sure. Just for you, Keanu.
Oh, excellent. Well, with that, we'll roll the credits. Roll. Thank you. And this story comes to us from Cinnamon Blend. Mm-hmm. I always like to call it that. And this story is by Brent McKnight, and this was posted on March 17th, 2015. And the title of this story is Why Deadpool Will Please Rabid Fans, according to Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds has been trying to get a Deadpool movie made for damn near forever. That's what the story goes on to say. Now that it's officially moving forward, there's a very vocal, dedicated fan contingent out there willing to rip the movie apart for any flaw, but Reynolds thinks they have the right team and approach in place to satisfy even the most hardcore fanboys. And he's ready to brag a little. Talking to the short bus, the short list, about his new movie, The Voices, the Reynolds spoke about the upcoming The Deadpool movie and said, I'm incredibly happy about it. We've got a director that understands that world, and writers with a slavish devotion to the canon of that character. That's the most important aspect. It's made in a way the most critical of fanboys could embrace. There's been talk of this movie for more than a decade, though at times it felt like it was never actually going to happen. Like Deadpool was one of those unmade movies that we always are going to discuss but never actually going to see materialize. But 20th Century Fox gave Deadpool the green light last fall, and things have been rolling since. Now, it was given the green light because of a trailer that was made. Some of you might not know about it. All of you probably do. If you're watching this, you probably know. I'm going to tell you anyway, just in case a couple of you don't know. There was a trailer that they put out and made. It was basically test footage. Now, Ryan Reynolds did the voice for it, and there were actors in it, but Deadpool was completely CGI. And so they made this quick, short little test footage, not fan film, but a little test footage, and it exploded on the internet. Fox said, oh my god, why don't we do this? We're stupid for not doing this. Here's some money, go make this movie. And they're making this movie. And I couldn't be happier. I would love a Deadpool movie. Catwoman?
No, it looked good.
Are you familiar with Deadpool at all prior to this?
No.
No?
No.
To break it down for you, Deadpool is basically, he's similar to Wolverine in the fact that he's got a mutant healing ability. Well, it's not a mutant healing ability. Well, it is sort of. It's complicated. I don't want to ruin any backstory by giving it away if you haven't read any of the graphic novels or you're not really about it. But long and short of it, he's got a messed up figure. He's basically got this aggressive cancer, and he's just basically a big walking tumor underneath his Deadpool suit. You know, and also in the comics, he can teleport. He's got a little teleporter. He can teleport. He's got his swords. A lot of you have seen Wolverine Origins, X-Men Origins, the origins of Wolverine, the X-Men movie series. That features Deadpool in it, and I believe that was Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool in that movie. He loves that character. Couldn't love it enough. So, yeah, he thinks that they've got a solid team. And Deadpool also stars Firefly's Morena, excuse me. Deadpool also stars Firefly's Morena Backcrane and former MMA fighter Gina Carano. Backcrane. Backcrane, Ohio.
That's right.
And is scheduled to hit theaters on February 12th, 2016. So next year, folks. I want to see it. I'm interested to see it. It looks good.
It definitely does.
I'm in on this one.
Thank
so,
you.
Yeah, that's the cinnamon blend and what they had to say about it. We've got a couple of stories on this one. We've got one story. Well, all right, here's what it is. It's one story, but it's like three stories. It's like a 3-in-1.
Buy one, get two free.
Buy one, get two free.
That's right.
Free. And that's exactly what it is. And the first two stories come from Screen Rant. Come over there from Screen Rant, published by Molly Freeman. Well, the first one's going to be published by Molly Freeman.
That's right.
Did you know that's Morgan Freeman's cousin? You know that? Molly Freeman? Molly Freeman. No, that's not even close. But anyway, Deadpool movie logo, X-Force love interest revealed. So this is a Deadpool story. Because this is more on Deadpool.
That's right.
So, Marvel Studios continues to develop its cinematic universe, and Warner Brothers gears up to officially kick off its DC Comics franchise. Next year, 20th Century Fox will soon be expanding its own Marvel Comics universe. Last year, a rebooted Fantastic Four will debut, and in 2016, the Merc with a Mouth himself will join the X-Men universe and star in his own standalone film, Deadpool.
Nice.
Rebooted Fantastic Four, of course, we've already mentioned that. Folks, you know how I feel about that. Not happy about the Fantastic Four reboot.
Yes.
If you look at the poster, why doesn't the Thing have any pants?
Yeah.
He always had shorts, so does that mean he doesn't have a big orange rocky schlong?
Yeah, guess we'll find out.
I don't want to know. That's my problem.
Apparently
You know,
people do.
for a while I was worried about the Black Johnny Storm thing. I mean, that's a terrible mistake. It doesn't fit anything. I mean, you call that what it is, but it's a bad idea. But now I think I'm more concerned that the Thing's twig and berry's going to be...
Yeah.
They're going to be dangling out there.
It's no good.
I don't know. Anyway, the long-stalled movie starring Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson finally received a green light last year after Deadpool test footage was leaked online. Since then, more cast members have joined the Deadpool film, including T.J. Miller, Silicon Valley, and Morena Baccarin, Gotham. Though Miller has confirmed he's playing comics character Weasel. Baccarin's role has been largely kept under wraps. No photos from the set of Deadpool seem to reveal who Baccarin will portray. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. It's Baccarin. Baccarin. I will say Baccarin.
Something like that.
Bobberan. Baccarin. Baccarin.
That's right.
Okay. No, maybe not. So both Baccarin and Reynolds posted photos of their actors' chairs from the set of Deadpool, revealing the film's temporary logo as well as their character names. Baccarin, playing a character called Vanessa, seems to confirm she will be portraying Vanessa Carsley, aka Copycat from Marvel Comics. Check out Baccarin and Reynolds' tweets. They are as follows. Morena Baccarin posted, "Let's do this!" And Ryan Reynolds posted, "Sometimes the bad guy isn't the villain." Additionally, the creator of Deadpool, Rob Liefeld, reposted the actress's photo to Instagram and added the caption, "From Morena Baccarin, Vanessa, let's do this. Deadpool 1 appearance, Vanessa is New Mutants, #98. Liefield's reference to Copycat's first appearance in the X-Men comics seems to further indicate that Baccarin's Vanessa is in fact Vanessa Carsley." Okay. Alright,
That was
so
a long and weird tweet.
that was... I think I ran into the other sentence from there, but it's hard to tell from the way this article is written. If you folks could see, you would see.
Yeah.
I suppose I could make you see. I don't want to, though. I'll keep that to myself. It's a little secret. Anyway, this character she's playing was a prostitute who fell in love with Wilson, but when Wilson was diagnosed with terminal cancer, he left Vanessa in an attempt to prevent her heartbreak. Wilson later went on to become Deadpool, and Vanessa, the mutant shapeshifter known as Copycat. And that's basically what's going to be going on in that. And then the related story, which might be the exact same story, and it sort of is, T.J. Miller confirms he's playing Weasel. This is by Rob Keyes, also of Screen Rant. Less than a year, the first non-Wolverine X-Men spin-off will hit theaters, focusing on none other than the fan-favorite Marvel Comics anti-hero Deadpool. The project was stuck in development hell for years after 20th Century Fox first commissioned a script and attached a director to build something out of Ryan Reynolds playing a version of the character in 2009's X-Men Origins, Wolverine. And that's basically what that one goes on to say. Except that this version of Deadpool is going to be different, it goes on to say. It says Reynolds is back as Wade Wilson, but this time is playing the real version of the character. Full Deadpool comics costume and all. The star promises that critical fans of the books will be pleased, and what Miller has planned, which, judging by his Deadpool test footage and the praise of Rhett Weiss and Paul Warnick's script, is not difficult to believe, especially after the much improved critical reception of the studio's three efforts, X-Men First Class and The Wolverine and X-Men Days of Future Past.
Oh.
I didn't care for the Wolverine. I thought the what is it you're supposed to say when you spoilers? The tiny baby spoiler if you haven't seen the Wolverine. Plug your ears for about 5 seconds. The robot thing at the end is a bunch of BS. I think that's stupid. And the Bone Claws,
No.
they're back because of that stupidness. I don't know. Anyway, that was dumb, and I didn't care for X-Men First Class that much, although I will say that it's a vast improvement over X-Men 3, and I liked it better than I liked Days of Future Past, which I really didn't like that much. I thought it was kind of, I don't know, the whole transforming back and forth into Beast thing was kind of dumb. I don't remember that at all from the comic books. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Folks, correct me in the comics if I'm wrong. Do you remember him ever doing that? Maybe in the early days. Maybe there was an incident in the early days where he could turn it on and off. But I don't know. Most of my X-Men knowledge is from the 90s and the 80s.
Yeah.
So it's mostly that, like the late 80s, early 90s.
Yep.
So there's that. I don't know. I saw the test footage. Here's some test footage. If you haven't seen it yet, here's the test footage. Yeah, right there. It looks pretty cool. I would see this movie if it's like this test footage.
Me too. I think that it's going to be a cool movie. It looks like it's going to be. From what little bits and pieces we saw. Yeah.
And the third article I had relating to this was just another update. The Morena Baccarat cast upcoming Deadpool film. We already talked about that. She's going to be playing a prostitute. While her character is possibly we'll have to see. If it's faithful to the comic books, then it looks like it's going to be pretty faithful to the comics.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
I'm up for seeing this.
Yeah.
Folks, are you excited for the new? Of course you are. Of course you're excited for the new Deadpool. Well, you know what? Like the Supergirl story, I'm gonna try my best to keep you up to date. Now I know that these videos, these episodes, sometimes the news is not quite as fresh as it could be. That's because it takes a lot to produce this movie.
It does.
Believe it or not, it takes time to make these.
It does.
And our staff, me and our staff, are working around the clock. Chumpkins is baking cookies. You know,
the best cookies ever.
The sound guy's doing the music. Graphic guy doing the pictures, all the poster art. A lot into these.
Thanks.
So what I'm saying is I want these to be weekly, but it may be a while before they're weekly. Especially going into the summer, that's the busiest time for everybody involved. We all do this part-time, so there's that. So keep tuned in, and you'll keep getting these stories.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep talking about whatever everybody's interested in, and to keep talking about the other stuff that you're not so interested in.
We'll make you interested.
Yeah, I swear I'll make it interesting. There'll be pictures of thongs and
That's in every episode.
And not just women too. Ladies, I know that there's at least one or two of you out there. Graphics, 5 seconds. Catwoman, you got those photos.
That's
you gave
right.
the graphics in the Do the open the. I don't care what it is. Open
You
it.
better use them. I mean,
Here it comes. Oh, gee, woo. Oh my. Okay.
what?
That's a nice touch. Yeah, it was raining, man.
You loved it.
Anyway, that's it for the Deadpool story, and there will be updates in further episodes. Next story. This story goes with the rest of these Deadpool stories. So this next bit of Deadpool information, a casting choice. The story is by Broy's Kit from the Hollywood Reporter. It's titled "Deadpool casts newcomer as Negasonic Teenage Warhead." Negasonic. I'm not really familiar with this character because it's kind of an obscure character. It's the first I've heard of it, but it's kind of a, I don't know. What do you think of that, Catwoman? What's the name? The character name?
Yeah, that was
Negasonic.
That's quite the name, definitely.
Well, apparently it was named after a Monster Magnet song.
Oh, really?
Yep, that's what it says in here. Did Monster Magnet? You like Monster Magnet?
I do.
I like Monster Magnet. Hey, guess what? Monster Magnet. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you hear that? That's great. Anyway, they've cast Brianna Hildenbrand as Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And it's basically the character is a telepath. It's a mutant with telepathic powers and precognitive abilities, and she's gonna be in the new Deadpool movie. Grant Morrison created her, and then subsequently killed her off. I guess early on in the comics.
Oh.
Is what the Hollywood Reporter is saying. I'm not going to read this one word for word because I just kind of wanted to do this as a quick little story because it's not really a story. It's just like, oh hey, here's this newcomer, Brianna Hildenbrand. You see her picture right there. There's a related story that comes from this story through Cinnamon Blend. So it's basically a rehash of the story I read earlier. I don't know. So this is shaping up to be kind of an interesting casting choice. We've got an unknown actress in this, which is good. I like it. Well, like I've said that before. I like it when they cast unknown people. It's kind of cool.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, so we'll look for that in the Deadpool movie. Brianna Hildebrand, Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yep.
With the Monster Magnet. Yeah, they should get them to do some of the songs for the soundtrack. That'd be pretty cool.
They should. That would
do
make
like
sense.
do like a Queen deal, like with Highlander,
Yeah.
where they actually write songs for the film.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. No Queen, but it'd still be cool.
Yeah.
All right, next story. Baloney. That's right, baloney. Our next story. Weather Channel founder, man-made global warming is baloney. This comes to us from cnsnews.com. It's a secondhand news story via CNN. So this is like a double super special source.
That's right.
It's got my secret sauce all over it. And if you're interested, secret sauce on sale right now. Picture right here. 13 secret sauce. It's spicy, sweet, sour, and savory on everything. Goes great on steaks. It goes great on chicken, bagels, pasta salad. It's delicious. You put it on your eclairs. Gives it that nice kick. 13. Extra bold, savory sauce. Special sauce. Ask for it by name. Anyway, on the same day that the UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change issued a major new global warming report. John Coleman, a founder of the Weather Channel, appeared on CNN Sunday to reiterate his stance on climate change and that it is not, in fact, happening. Describing himself as a skeptic, not a denier. Yeah, I never liked that term. Catwoman, how do you feel about that term, climate denier? Are you familiar with this term?
I'm not.
You've not heard that yet?
No.
I hear that all the time. Angry, frustrated people on the internet, usually over there in the Yahoo comments. Folks, if you ever spend time in the Yahoo comment section, you have seen. They say that to you, and they say that to try to discredit you. They call you a climate denier. You're denying the obvious truth that they have cemented. That humans are the cause of it, and we're destroying the earth with our cars and our electricity and you know we're ruining it, and it's all our fault is what they're saying. You know? And they're saying, you know, the same people will tell you that they're seeding the clouds and the government's doing all this stuff to control the weather. You guys are crazy, you know, when you say I'm tinfoil hat material. Well, I don't think so. It's no different now than it was 30 years ago. Do with that as you please. Anyway, I'll get back to the story. A climate denier, yeah. No, that's not it. I think they're climate alarmists.
Yeah.
Is what I've been calling them. I don't know if you've heard me use that term before, Catwoman. I think you have.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. I mean, it's what else would you call them? They're trying to raise alarm. They're alarmed. There are a lot of them really believe what they're saying, and they're scared, and that's part of the problem. Anyway, we'll get back to that. He went on to CNN. This guy, the founder of the Weather Channel, you know, one of the founders. He described himself as a skeptic, not a denier. That is a word meant to put me down, the veteran weather forecaster told CNN. Reliable sources that the news network was promoting in an inaccurate view on the issue. CNN has taken a very strong position on global warming, that it is a consensus, he said. Well, there is no consensus in science. Science isn't a vote. Science is about facts. And he's absolutely right. Bill Nye will never tell you that.
No.
He's not a real scientist anyway, so we'll just ignore his opinion right now. I'm sorry. No, being a failed engineer and a kid and a children's TV failed engineer, a failed comedian, failed engineer, a children's TV host, a successful children's TV host, does not make you a scientific authority.
No.
You know, and I don't know what that makes you. When you say you're an authority on something when you're not, folks. What is that? I'm confused. In the comment section, if you could just tell me what it means if you say something and it's not true, but you keep saying it, like if I were to walk out there and say like I'm a chicken and walk around and say I'm Chicken Man, I'm made of chicken, I'm 39% chicken, boy. Let me tell you, I'm Foghorn Leghorn, boy. You know, I mean, if I claim to be Foghorn Leghorn, that's not a true statement. So what would you say I was doing if I went on TV and, you know, claimed to be a scientist and I wasn't? I don't know what they call that. Folks in the comments, do you know what I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for, it's like one word. People who say their things when they're not, it rhymes with pliers. I just can't remember what it is.
Oh, right.
Anyway, he goes on to say, if you get down to the hard, cold facts, there's no question about it. Climate change is not happening. There is no significant man-made global warming now. There hasn't been any in the past, and there's no reason to expect any in the future. There's a whole lot of baloney. That's right. Like, climate science has a name, and it's OSCAR. And Bill Nye has a second name, and it's Liar. Yeah, liar. Yeah. and that's what he said. And Coleman said climate change has become part of the Democratic Party platform. Catwoman, have you heard this one before? This sounds awfully familiar. It sounds like something I've been saying for the last... Well, I've been saying on recorded record for like the last 4 months. I've been saying that, or 5 months. How long have we been doing the show now? Chumpkins? Oh, okay, right. About 4 months. About 4 months?
Yeah.
So, I've said that in the past, I think. I hopefully some of it got through it. You know how these things go. Some things get cut out, some things don't. It's just the process, folks. We got to give you a 30-minute show, roughly. Yeah, I know the St. Patrick's Day one was 40 minutes. It's a holiday episode. It doesn't count. Around 35 minutes or so, typical show. Over that, it's a holiday show. Anyway, back to the thing. Yeah. So he said that the issue has become political instead of scientific. But the science is on my side, he declared. Challenged on the assertion that 97% of climate scientists are in agreement on the issue, Coleman charged that the figure was manipulated. Since the government only funds scientists who put out results supporting the global warming hypothesis, he claimed, they don't have any choice. If you're going to get the money, you've got to support their position. Therefore, 97% of the scientific reports published under global warming. Why? Because those are the ones the government pays for, and that's where the money is. And this is also Catwoman. You've heard me say this before too. It's. I feel like this guy. He doesn't watch the show, but I feel like he would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
At least on that subject, anyway.
That subject, and if anybody out there knows anybody else I think that enjoy the show, you maybe want to point them this way. The videos are free. We don't make any money, and they're views and stuff, and you should come and watch them and stuff. And then back to the story. He says the science on his side, and they're there. They get the money if they produce favorable results, which is absolutely true. Professional scientists, career scientists make thousands of dollars off of government grants and these kinds of fundings for these studies. That's the career. Weather Channel CEO David Kenny also appeared on the show and distanced himself from Coleman's views. We're grateful that he got the channel started 32 years ago, but he hasn't been with us in 31 years, so he's not really speaking for the Weather Channel in any way today, he said. Well, of course, they're going to try and discredit him right now. Well, he hasn't been here and he doesn't support him. Well, it doesn't matter. That's distance, but in a way that's like trying to say, well, don't listen to him. He doesn't know anything. Yeah. Well, doesn't change the fact that he was involved and he founded the Weather Channel, and he does have some credentials.
Right. Well, yeah.
I trust his opinion more than I trust Bill Nye's.
Yeah.
Because where does he get his money? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's a spokesperson. He's a hired gun for the climate people. And the climate people get their money from the government. Yeah. Anyway, we go on with this. Our position is really clear. It's scientifically based, and we've been unwavering on it for quite some time now. Last week on the Weather Channel, reissued a 2007 statement giving its position on climate change. So a 2007, so that's a very fresh, recent statement in 2015, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really up on their science. Is all their information from 2007?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe that's why they're never dead on with the weather. But more than a century's worth of detailed climate observations show a sharp increase in both carbon dioxide and temperature, the statement says. These observations, together with computer model simulations and historical climate reconstructions from ice cores, ocean sediments, and tree rings, all provide strong evidence that the majority of the warming over the past century is the results of human activity. This is also the conclusion drawn nearly unanimously by climate scientists. Just want to say something as a tip to anybody who writes news stories. It'd be great that if you're going to use a bright neon green font, if you would put it on a black background or any background besides white or yellow.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
That would be helpful. Then people would have an easier time, reading your thing. It wouldn't be so straining on the eyes. That's just a side note for the folks over there at cnsnews.com. Anyhow, a century really isn't that long in Earth time. That's like if you took somebody's life, who like say you took a man who lived to be 80 or whatever, and you wanted to like register a trend in their diet or something or their health, and you were gonna measure it over a span of time, like you want to take a few years, right? Well, if that man was the Earth and you were doing that, you're really like taking 5 seconds of his life and saying that's all the data you have, and that supports your conclusion. And that would be why their weather computer predictions are always wrong. They're always wrong. They haven't been right yet, folks. They've been wrong the whole time. And they keep having to change them and update them. You see stories on it all the time. Up to climate scientists updating weather findings. Trend has changed, but it's still on track for warmer, whatever it is. Whatever gobbledygook they've spouted out.
Yeah.
But, these observations together, computer models simultaneously, historical, climate change, reconstructions, ice cores, sediments, unanimously by climate scientists. That's what he says. But they haven't been right. It's been wrong. And it's another attempt to discredit somebody who's come out against it. And they do this to everybody. And there are scientists out there that are out saying this. Obviously they're called deniers and kooks and whatever, but that's what science has become. It's been bought by the Democrat Party, and it's been turned into this thing where it's no longer about a bunch of brainy people getting together and figuring out how things work, which is what science really is. It's you develop an idea, a hypothesis, you use the data available to figure it out, and it's never absolute. But now there you have it, and that's the climate change story. Yeah. So do you have any last thoughts on that, Catwoman? You want to say something about that? Awfully quiet.
No, because it's like you said, it's pretty much what you've been saying all along. It's actually somebody that agrees with that.
It's they're out there. It's just every time there's a story about them, it's always a negative. This story is like the rare example where they kind of were more neutral on it.
Yeah.
But I've seen stories that are just, this tone is so snide towards the person they're talking about, like they're a joke, and it's like, if you're a reporter, you don't do, like, I know we like to make fun of people on here. We do it quite a bit.
Yeah.
But that's just for fun. That's our program. We're entertainment with information. We're audio on video.
Right.
That's what we're here for. But they're news reporters. It's nice to see one that's a little bit neutral. I think we said who wrote the story. So that's the climate one. All right, and unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this, the 8th episode of Tubecast. Yep. The first episode we've ever had a guest intro.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up on that.
I know I said I'd have you do it this time around.
Not so much.
I bumped into Keanu at the grocery store.
I didn't know you were friends with him.
I'm not. I just met him. I just met the guy. He was lost
Boy, yeah, clearly.
He was in the natural foods aisle. He had like a half gallon of soy milk in one hand and like some Cliff Bars and like a piece of asparagus in the other.
Why did he ask you where the organic sauce was? And how did you know where it was?
I pointed him towards the regular sauce
Oh my
in the
God.
regular aisle. I was
He
grabbing
thought
some
it was
mayonnaise.
organic.
I, I I might have also given him the impression that this was helpful for community service.
Yeah, you definitely did.
I was kidding. I thought he understood that was a joke.
Yeah, and he also thinks that you're giving him a big role in the new Deadpool movie.
What? I don't have any power to do that.
Oh, that's not what he said.
I don't even know any Hollywood people like that. I think Keanu Reeves is the only guy I know from Hollywood.
That's not what he thinks.
Well, that's not good.
And he also thinks that we have some kind of valet parking or some crap.
Well, we don't have valet parking here.
Yeah,
we're
well,
a
he
small
gave his
building.
keys to somebody.
We're not even we're a bomb shelter. How did he even get?
It must be the homeless people out there or something. I don't know.
Can someone go out there?
Oh
and
no.
see if-
No.
Yeah, maybe that's not
No,
a good
he's-
idea.
he's good. If he needed help, he would surely find his way back.
Well, and that's next week. Maybe not another visit from Keanu Reeves.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. He might be mad at us.
That was rough.
So with that, I thank you all for watching. We make a lot of these episodes, or at least we try to. Sometimes it takes a little longer in the summertime. Everybody involved, a lot busier. I think I mentioned that earlier, but I mentioned it again. But that doesn't mean that the show ends.
No,
You
it's
keep
not.
coming back. There's more for you. In case you missed something, here's a little something here. Woo! And a little something there. Woo! And in case you didn't watch the trailer, which a lot of people didn't watch because I already saw the episode. It's a little bit different than watching a regular episode because it's short and it's sort of like the little best of bits, and it's tweaked. If you've seen the episodes, watch it because there's something in there different than you saw before. So here it is. And come back and subscribe, and Catwoman and I will see you here.
That we will.
So
And no more Keanu.
yeah, no more Keanu.
If we're lucky.
He might like the show. I don't know. We'll see. So
Could be back.
yeah. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.